Hello Zenith Women, and welcome to the channel. Not all those who wander are lost. Some are simply choosing a path most are too afraid to tread. When we talk about SigmaFemales, we're not talking about your everyday personalities. These women are the quiet storms, the ones who defy categories, who break the mold without breaking a sweat. They walk through life with a look that says, "I don't need your approval." And honestly, it's not arrogance, it's sheer indifference. This isn't just some personality type found on a personality test. You can't define them, control them, or even predict them. In a world where people shout to be noticed, these women thrive in silence, living by their own playbook, and the rest of the world is left trying to figure them out. And here's the catch. SigmaFemales come in different shades, each more intriguing than the last. You might find one who leads in the shadows, one who moves with a cold, calculated calm, or one whose creativity is as boundless as her detachment from society's rules. The truth is, once you understand these distinct types, you'll see they don't just live outside the lines, they redefine them. Ready to meet the women who don't just reject labels, but rewrite the rules entirely? Buckle up, because the Sigma female doesn't follow anyone's script. Number 1. The Shadow Sigma thrives in the unknown. The Shadow Sigma is the woman who knows the power of being unseen. She's a mystery wrapped in silence, moving in ways that leave others guessing. She could be sitting in a room full of people, and while everyone else fights for attention, she's there, completely undisturbed, almost blending into the background. Some might think she's shy or unassuming, but don't be fooled. She's observing everything. She's the type who can read a room without anyone noticing, catching details and intentions that would slip past most. And she's not about to explain herself to anyone. Her strength lies in how well she can go unnoticed, a skill that's both rare and underestimated. While others rush to announce their accomplishments, she's content building her empire in private, without fanfare. She doesn't need to be the loudest voice in the room or the person leading the charge. In fact, she prefers that others assume she's just there. It gives her space to move, think, and act without the weight of others' opinions pressing down on her. The funny part, by the time anyone notices she's not as unremarkable as they assumed, she's already 5 steps ahead. Her mystery becomes her shield, and she wields it like armor. People are often curious about her, but they'll rarely get close enough to satisfy that curiosity. The Shadow Sigma knows the game. The less people know about her, the more control she has over her life. She's proof that you don't need to be loud to make waves. You just need to know how to operate in the shadows. And for her, there's no greater power than being the one nobody saw coming. Number 2, the Stoic Rebel, emotionally armored and unshakable. The Stoic Rebel is the kind of woman who moves through life like a fortress, solid, grounded, and impossible to shake. She's got this intense, unbreakable calm that catches people off guard, especially in a world where everyone's one minor inconvenience away from a meltdown. You could throw chaos her way, and she wouldn't flinch. She doesn't just handle things, she absorbs them, processes them, and then walks right past, barely leaving a ripple behind. This isn't the same as being cold. It's simply that she doesn't let emotions dictate her every move. People find her intimidating, even if they can't quite put their finger on why. She has an aura that says she's been through storms, seen the ugly side of life, and learned to build walls strong enough to withstand anything. She's not heartless, she's just selective about what she lets in. If she doesn't laugh at someone's joke or shrug off an insult, it's not because she's ignoring them, it's that she simply doesn't care enough to react. And that's the trick. The Stoic Rebel knows that reacting gives power away, and she guards her energy like a treasure. What makes her so unique is that she's perfectly content with being misunderstood. She doesn't need anyone to get her or validate her choices. To her, needing validation from others is a little like asking for permission to breathe. It's unnecessary and, frankly, absurd. Her philosophy is simple. People will think what they want, so why waste time explaining? The Stoic Rebel doesn't just survive, she thrives in her own way. She's got an inner strength that comes from embracing life's challenges without complaint. And the irony is that while she appears almost untouchable, It's that quiet resilience that draws people in like a magnet. Number 3, the intellectual outsider breaks every norm with pure logic. The intellectual outsider is a force of logic wrapped in cool detachment, someone who values intellect above all else and refuses to be distracted by small talk or social niceties. She sees through the noise and cuts straight to the core of things, which can be refreshing or downright intimidating. This is the woman who stays quiet in a meeting, letting others debate and toss around ideas, and then, when the room quiets, calmly delivers a single insight that pulls everything into sharp focus. People often think she's detached, or maybe even a bit aloof, but that's only because she doesn't see the point in getting worked up over things that lack substance. For her, emotions and gut instincts come second to cold, hard facts. She doesn't make decisions lightly, nor does she rely on how something feels. She'll dissect it, analyze it, and strip away every layer until only the truth remains. This doesn't mean she's unfeeling, but it does mean she's not going to be swayed by sentimentality. If something doesn't make logical sense, she's out. What people don't realize is that she doesn't just reject social norms. She barely even notices them. To her, many social rules and expectations feel like pointless rituals, relics of an emotional world she doesn't quite live in. The humor is, while she's often labeled as too intense or too critical, she's simply focused. It's not her fault if her mind is built like a high-powered scanner, catching details that others miss. The intellectual outsider knows her worth, and she won't compromise just to fit in. She's a master of staying on her path, unmoved by trends or other people's opinions, and she's content living in a world of her own design, one where logic reigns and superficiality doesn't stand a chance. Number 4, the silent leader, commands authority without seeking it. The silent leader is a woman who doesn't have to raise her voice or demand attention to make her presence felt. She isn't the one making speeches or rallying people with big dramatic gestures. In fact, she often prefers to work quietly in the background, subtly guiding and inspiring others without a word. The funny thing, she might not even see herself as a leader, but her calm confidence and natural sense of direction make people want to follow her. What sets her apart is her genuine indifference to the spotlight. She doesn't crave attention, praise, or titles. She's only interested in results. While others scramble to be noticed, she's getting things done, proving time and again that actions speak louder than words. People may underestimate her at first. Maybe she's too quiet, too reserved, but they quickly realize that she's quietly running the show, steering things exactly where they need to go without anyone even noticing. And it's not manipulation or some need for control. She leads because she has a deep understanding of what needs to happen, and she cares enough to make sure it does. If someone tries to overpower her, they usually find themselves politely redirected before they even realize what happened. Her authority isn't loud, but it's rock solid. The silent leader also has an impressive ability to listen, really listen. She picks up on things others miss, making people feel heard and understood. It's part of what makes her so effective. She knows what motivates people, and she's never afraid to let them shine. She leads not by shouting directions, but by setting an example of strength, integrity, and a quiet confidence that people can't help but respect. In a world full of noise, she's the calm that everyone instinctively trusts. Number 5, the chaotic visionary constantly rewrites reality. The chaotic visionary is the kind of Sigma female who lives on her own terms and makes no apologies for it. She sees life as a canvas that's meant to be repainted, remixed, and reinvented constantly. Rules, those are mere suggestions, minor details to rearrange or ignore entirely if they don't align with her vision. People may call her unpredictable or even a bit reckless, but to her, it's all part of the thrill. Why follow a path already paved when she can carve her own? Her approach to life is bold and unfiltered. She doesn't just think outside the box, she demolishes it. She thrives on bending and reshaping the status quo, seeing every boundary as a creative opportunity. This woman isn't just satisfied with what is, she's always thinking about what could be, what should be, and if that means tearing down traditional ways of thinking to rebuild them in her own image, she'll gladly take the challenge. What makes her so unique is her ability to find structure in chaos. While others might get overwhelmed by the constant shifts, she embraces it, finding patterns where others see mess. Her mind is like a playground for ideas that don't fit neatly into categories. She's the one people turn to when they need fresh, bold ideas, but they're also the ones left baffled by her process. She might start in one direction and then swerve into 10 others before arriving somewhere completely unexpected and brilliant. For the chaotic visionary, life's too short for predictability. She knows the world doesn't always get her, and she's fine with that. Her goal isn't to be understood. It's to keep pushing the boundaries, making sure she never settles for anything less than extraordinary. Number 6. The energy warrior battles negative vibes with sheer detachment. The energy warrior is the Sigma female who refuses to let anyone else's negativity disrupt her peace. She knows all too well how the wrong energy can throw her off balance, so she guards her space like it's sacred. Some people might call her distant or even too selective, but it's not about being closed off. It's about protecting her well-being. She's learned that constantly pleasing people or putting up with toxic vibes only drains her, so she's done with it. If someone's energy is chaotic, manipulative, or just plain draining, she has no problem walking away without a second thought. This isn't someone who entertains unnecessary drama or engages in social obligations just to keep the peace. The energy warrior understands that her peace is priceless, and she won't sacrifice it for anyone. If that means people don't get her, so be it. She knows who she is and doesn't need anyone's approval to feel validated. She's got zero interest in playing nice for the sake of appearances, and she doesn't do fake. It's real, or it's nothing. Her detachment isn't coldness, it's clarity. She's highly aware of her own energy and knows the kind of people who amplify it and those who drag it down. And when she cuts ties, it's not with bitterness or anger. It's just a clean, unapologetic decision to prioritize her inner peace. She's the first to give people a chance, but she's also the first to walk if someone doesn't respect her boundaries. The energy warrior embodies the belief that true power comes from choosing peace over validation. By staying detached from toxic influences, she's built a fortress of calm that negativity can't touch. And while it may seem harsh to some, she knows that preserving her energy is the ultimate form of self-respect. Number 7. The intuitive realist. Uncanny perception coupled with brutal honesty. The intuitive realist is a rare blend of deep perception and unfiltered honesty. She's the kind of Sigma female who doesn't just have a feeling about things. She knows. Her intuition is razor sharp, almost eerie, and she reads people and situations with the ease of someone who's seen it all before. But what sets her apart is that she doesn't wrap her insights in pretty words or soften the truth for anyone's comfort. If something is off, she'll call it out without blinking. This woman doesn't do facades or tolerate surface-level nonsense. She has a knack for seeing straight through people's masks, understanding their true motives and insecurities in seconds. And while most people might tiptoe around these things, the intuitive realist has no patience for games. She'll confront dishonesty head-on, often leaving people stunned because they simply aren't used to that kind of transparency. With her, there's no sugarcoating, no pretending, and absolutely no tolerance for foolishness. But she's not harsh or unkind. Her honesty is rooted in integrity, in a commitment to keep things real. When she tells you the truth, it's because she respects you enough not to lie. Her insights are more than just hunches. They're grounded in logic and a level-headed approach to reality. She's not interested in drama or false positivity. If something's wrong, she'll call it out and move on. What makes the intuitive realist so unique is that she's not here to make people comfortable. She's here to see things as they are and act accordingly. Her honesty can be unsettling, especially in a world that prefers polite half-truths. But in the end, her brutal honesty and uncanny perception are the very qualities that make her both trusted and feared. She's here for what's real and nothing less. Number 8. The Ghost Sigma. Master of presence and disappearance. The Ghost Sigma is the ultimate enigma, a master of presence and disappearance who moves through life like a shadow. She's the kind of woman who can slip into any environment, seamlessly blending in while keeping her true self cloaked in mystery. People might not even notice her at first, but that's exactly how she likes it. She's always observing, taking in every detail while remaining just outside the spotlight. It's almost as if she has an innate ability to make herself invisible to anyone who might drain her energy or disrupt her peace. This isn't a sign of weakness. It's a powerful strategy. The ghost Sigma knows how to navigate social situations with finesse, avoiding unwanted attention and drama. While others might thrive on being the center of the action, she finds strength in her ability to remain in the background. She'll observe the dynamics around her, gathering insights that others overlook. When it's time to engage, she'll do so on her terms, often catching people off guard with her unexpected contributions or sharp observations. What's truly fascinating is her knack for disappearing when things get too heavy or chaotic. If she senses negative energy swirling around, she'll simply glide away, leaving no trace. She doesn't make a scene or feel the need to justify her exit. She just knows when to go. People may wonder where she's vanished to, but she has no obligation to stick around for anyone's entertainment. The ghost Sigma embodies the concept of autonomy. She's in complete control of her presence and her energy, and she makes choices based on what serves her best. This ability to disappear and reappear when she chooses gives her an air of intrigue that others find magnetic. It's a delicate dance of engagement and retreat, a reminder that sometimes the most powerful force in the room is the one who knows when to be there and when to fade away. In her world, she sets the rules, and everyone else simply plays along. Number 9. The iron-willed protector defends boundaries without compromise. The iron-willed protector is the Sigma female who embodies the very essence of strength and resilience. She values her inner world like a sacred sanctuary, fiercely guarding her peace with an unwavering determination that leaves no room for compromise. This woman doesn't just talk about boundaries, she lives them, creating an invisible fortress around her mental and emotional space that's impenetrable to anyone looking to intrude. If you think you can waltz in and disrupt her serenity, think again. She'll stand her ground with a fierce resolve that makes it clear she won't budge. What sets her apart is that she doesn't require validation from others to reinforce her boundaries. While many people might feel guilty about saying no or feel pressured to accommodate others' needs, the iron-willed protector has a deep understanding of her worth. She knows that maintaining her peace is not just a luxury, it's a necessity for her well-being. When she draws the line, it's not an invitation for negotiation, it's a clear statement of intent. Anyone who tries to push past her defenses quickly realizes they're up against a woman who won't be swayed. Standing alone doesn't intimidate her, it empowers her. She's learned that some people might not understand her need for solitude and space, but that's not her problem. If it means prioritizing her mental health and emotional safety, she'll happily go solo. Friends may come and go, but her inner peace is non-negotiable. This protector radiates a calm strength, an aura that commands respect and makes people think twice before attempting to disrupt her tranquility. When she does choose to let people in, it's because they've proven their value, not because she feels obligated. Her unwavering commitment to her boundaries inspires others, challenging them to reflect on their own. In a world where compromise is often expected, the iron-willed protector stands as a powerful testament to the strength of self-respect and the importance of guarding one's inner peace at all costs. Number 10. The Spiritual Nomad. The Spiritual Nomad is a Sigma female who thrives on exploration and the quest for deeper meaning. She's not just wandering aimlessly, she's on a journey of self-discovery that takes her through various experiences, cultures, and spiritual practices. Unlike those who settle into conventional routines, the spiritual nomad understands that growth often requires movement, both physically and spiritually. She embraces change with open arms, seeing each new place and experience as an opportunity to expand her understanding of the world and herself. This woman is fiercely independent, choosing to follow her intuition rather than societal expectations. She might be drawn to meditation retreats in the mountains one month and exploring ancient ruins the next, collecting wisdom and insights like treasures along her path. The spiritual nomad is a seeker of truth, always asking questions and searching for answers beyond the surface. She knows that enlightenment doesn't come from sitting still. It's found in the thrill of the journey and the people she meets along the way. Her unconventional lifestyle can be puzzling to others, but she doesn't concern herself with how her choices are perceived. While some might cling to stability and familiarity, she revels in the uncertainty of the unknown, knowing it's where the real magic happens. She has a knack for finding beauty in the chaos and sees every challenge as a lesson, making her adaptable and resilient. What makes the spiritual nomad truly special is her ability to connect deeply with others regardless of where she finds herself. She has a way of making genuine connections, sharing experiences, and exchanging ideas that enrich not only her life, but the lives of those around her. She's the one who inspires others to break free from their comfort zones, encouraging them to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery. In a world that often prioritizes material success and static lifestyles, the spiritual nomad stands as a reminder that true fulfillment lies in exploration, growth, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. She embodies the belief that life is a beautiful adventure meant to be lived fully, reminding us all to keep seeking, keep learning, and keep moving forward. In exploring the diverse types of Sigma females, it becomes clear that each embodies a unique blend of strength, intuition, and independence that sets them apart in a world often driven by conformity. From the iron-willed protector who fiercely defends her inner peace to the spiritual nomad who thrives on exploration and growth, these women redefine what it means to live authentically. They challenge societal norms and expectations, reminding us that true power comes from within and that self-discovery is a lifelong journey. The beauty of Sigma females lies in their refusal to compromise their values for the sake of acceptance. They embrace their individuality and navigate life on their own terms, proving that vulnerability can coexist with strength. Whether it's the chaotic visionary bending reality to her will, or the energy warrior safeguarding her spirit from negativity, each type offers a valuable lesson in resilience and self-awareness. As we reflect on these extraordinary women, let's celebrate their ability to inspire others to break free from the confines of societal expectations. They encourage us to honor our boundaries, pursue our passions, and seek deeper truths about ourselves and the world around us. In a landscape filled with distractions and superficiality, the Sigma female stands as a beacon of authenticity and empowerment. Ultimately, these women remind us that embracing our uniqueness is not just an option, it's a necessity for personal fulfillment and growth. By understanding and appreciating the different types of Sigma females, we can learn to appreciate the beauty of diversity and the strength that comes from being unapologetically ourselves. So let's honor the Sigma spirit in all its forms, bold, wise, and free, because in their journeys, we find inspiration to carve our own paths and live life to the fullest. If you found this exploration of the extraordinary Sigma females inspiring, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more insightful content. Join our community of seekers and empowered individuals, and let's continue this journey together. Your support helps us bring you more exceptional discussions and unique perspectives. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button and become part of our growing family. Thanks for watching and bye.